ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरतुषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। जयतां सुरतौ पङ्गोर्मम मन्दमतिर्गति मत्सर्वस्वपदाम्बोजौ राधा मदनमोहनौ तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरि वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Feeling very happy to be with all of you this morning for our Bhagavatam discourse. Requesting more devotees to keep your videos on so that I feel encouraged and I get a feeling that devotees are listening. And if we get that particular feeling, the speaker gets a feeling that devotees are listening so attentively, relishing Bhagavatam, then there is inspiration from within, which is given by Paramatma to speak in a way that will inspire our Krishna consciousness. So we have discussed Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 5th chapter, shloka number 22, 21 till 21 we did. This is a shloka that was already taken last Sunday, but it is idam hi pumsas tapasa shrutasya va sviktasya sushtuktasya cha buddhidattayo avichutortha nirupito kavibir nirupito yaduttama shloka gunanuvarnanam. This means that one should engage one's all intelligence, mind, senses, talents, education, everything in Krishna's service. That's the whole sum and substance of this shloka. So after speaking this particular shloka, Narad Muni is inspired. He is very inspired to share his own story. It is very interesting story to hear how other devotees came to Krishna consciousness. How somebody came to bhakti is very interesting to hear. And even if somebody asks us, how did you come to Krishna consciousness? We are also inspired to speak. It's a very interesting section. So similarly, Narad Muni in this particular section of Bhagavatam is inspiring Vyasadeva that how he came to Krishna consciousness, how he came in contact with Srimad Bhagavatam. So with a smile on the face, we are going to hear this wonderful pastime of how Narad Muni became Krishna conscious. And it has very, very important lessons as we read. So requesting Vaishnavas to please hear attentively. Aham puratita bhave bhavam mune dasyastu kasyachana vedavadinam nirupito balaka eva yoginam shushrushane pravrishi nirvikshikshatam. We will go ahead. Anybody would like to read translation? Yes, Riya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. O Muni, in my past life, in the last millennium, I was born as a son of a certain maid servant engaged in the service of a Brahmanas who were following the principles of Vedanta. When they were living together during the 4 months of the rainy season, I was engaged in their personal service. Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
So Narad Muni is talking incidents of his past life. Yes, in my past life. See, anyone remembers about their past life? No, we all don't have that. But few people have memories of their past life. Narad Muni, how he could remember his past life, he will tell in next chapter. Because Vyasdev will ask, how come you remembered your past life? I want to know. Yes. Aham pura atita bhave abhavam muni. He's talking about the previous millennia altogether. The previous day of Brahma. He's talking about that day. He could remember incidents from previous day of Brahma. So what happened? Dasyastu kasyachana vedava. Dasyastu. I was the son of Dasi. So that's why he's called as Dasya. And I was kasyachana vedavadinam. There were certain vedavadinas or they were Bhaktivedantas. So what did I do? Nirupitah. I was engaged in their service as a balak, as a young boy. And yoginah shushrushane. I performed great service with my heart. Shushrushane means heartfelt service. With my heart I served. When did you serve? Pravrishi, in the Chaturmas period, 4 months. So it is a customary that during the Chaturmas, the 4 months of rainy season in India, the sages do not travel. They don't have Google Maps, they don't have Google Calendar, but somehow they are inspired by Lord in such a way that the sages always spend their Chaturmas in some dham. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When he was in the South India Yatra, he spent the Chaturmas in Sri Rangam. Yes, one of the greatest Sri Vaishnav Kshetras, Sri Rangam Dham. In fact, Sri Ranganath is so beautiful in his wonderful posture sleeping. Yes, Kedanda Koru, they call it. So, there are people from Europe, America, Australia. Many people go to see the beautiful Lord who is sleeping. Nobody looks good while sleeping. Even in the movies, all the movie stars, they do the makeup and they sleep and they wake up. As soon as they wake up, the makeup is on. That's how it is. Nobody else looks beautiful like the Lord. His Suptam is Madhuram, his sleeping is beautiful. So they plan in such a way they reach a dham and that is where they perform there because you have to stay there for 4 months. So they do the sadhana. So that particular 4 months, Nirvivikshatam, we stayed together. He got an opportunity to associate with his preceptors or gurus. So what is this section going to tell? This section is going to tell there is no material cause for bhakti. The cause for bhakti is the fortunate mercy of devotees, pure devotees. That is bhakti. So Narad Muni is telling here how he got bhakti. Pasya, yajna, vrata, veda part, all these processes are not the cause of bhakti. So in the previous day of Brahma, Narada was born as a maidservant son. And then he engaged with these Bhakti Vedantas who had understood the essence of Vedas. And Nirupitah, he served those people with Bhakti. And that is why he received Bhakti. That is going to be the sum and substance of this particular section. Nirvivikshatam, so they stayed in one place. They were not too much attached to travel, especially during rainy season. And they practiced Bhakti Yoga. Tatvanvaham Krishna Katha Pragayatan Anugrahane Shravan Manohara Tashraddeyamenu Padam Vishrinvata Priyashravashyanga Mahabhavatruchi. Later on we'll understand that Narad Muni got bhakti from them by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes, that's how he got bhakti. So we are all engaged in hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. We are all going to become devotees for sure. We should never think we are devotees. We should always think we are trying to be devotees. Whenever Prabhupada would be asked, are you a devotee of Krishna? Prabhupada would say, I'm trying to be a devotee. And that's the right consciousness. Nobody should think one is a devotee. We're trying to be devotee. But we should consider everyone else to be devotee. That's the right consciousness. Purport. Okay. Grace Dayami Radha Prabhu, you can start reading.
Thank you, Prabhuji. One moment, please. Thank you. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The wonder of an atmosphere surcharged with devotional service to the Lord is briefly described herein by Sri Narada Muni. He was the son of the most insignificant parentage. He was not properly educated. Still, because his complete energy was engaged in the service of the Lord, he became an immortal sage. Such is the powerful action of devotional service. The living entities are the marginal energy of the Lord, and therefore they are meant for being properly utilized in the transcendental, loving service of the Lord. When this is not done, one situation is called Maya. Therefore, the illusion of Maya is at once dissipated as soon as one's full energy is converted in the service of the Lord instead of in sense enjoyment.
Thank you. So what do you understand here? Now one theme, dear devotees, very clear here. One of the greatest, or I would say the devotee who is present in all cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam, who has done maximum preaching, and he has given the holy name to maximum people, is Narad Muni. Yes or no? Just look at his wonderful experience. I think I showed you all this, but I'll just show you. I like to show this. This was my Bhaktivedanta presentation. Bhakti Vaibhav presentation. First 6 cantos of Bhagavatam. That time we have to make a presentation. So I had made a presentation on Narad Muni's innovative preaching. You see, variety of preaching that he has done. I had made it from the context of my local temple. So there is womb preaching, Prahlad Maharaj, children's preaching, Dhruv Maharaj, literary club preaching, that means Shrestha preaching, Vyasdev, tribal preaching, Brigari, youth preaching, Hari Ashwas, Shaval Ashwas, Daksha's children. In 4 shlokas, he made 11,000 brahmacharis join ashram. Swarga preaching, Nalkuver Manigriv. Of course, they did not take his preaching seriously, but he cursed them and made them devotees. Even by cursing, he can make them pure devotees. Collaborative preaching, Chitraketu Maharaj, such a big Sreshta he became. Highway preaching, Valmiki. Campus preaching, Prachetas. And even counselor. He was a proud counselor of Yudhishthir Maharaj, Privrat Maharaj, Vasudev, Uttanapad, all the big kings of this entire universe practically. Later on the entire earth, he was their counselor, mentor, guiding them. They all used to take guidance from him. Even demons, I could have added demons also here. Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa, everybody would take guidance from Narad Muni. So he had such a wonderful scope. Why? The secret is revealed here. The secret is he used his complete energy in devotional service. That's the secret. The secret to be powerful is using complete energy in bhakti and not engaging anything in Maya. That's what Prabhupada is talking about Maya also, right? What is he telling? When the situation is not done, what situation is not done? Which means we are not, that energy which is meant to be used for bhakti, for glorifying Krishna, that is not happening. It's called Maya. My God. So now we all can calculate, we need to reflect. How much are we in Maya and how much are we in Krishna? Once Srila Prabhupada's disciple, he said that Prabhupada, sometimes we go to Maya. Prabhupada said, wait a minute. You are always in Maya. Sometimes you are with Krishna. That is the unfortunate situation. But even little Krishna can be so powerful. Then can we just imagine what would happen if we engage 100% energy in Krishna? Just his desire is so great, right? That's how he became Narad Muni. Narad Muni is openly revealing a secret how he became such a powerful devotee and such a powerful preacher. And he's telling this particular facility is available to everybody. The moment we are engaging with Maya, we are wetting our consciousness. You know what is wetting the consciousness? There's a stick, wooden stick. You dip wooden stick in oil and it catches fire. What happens? It burns nicely, right? The same wooden stick you put in water and then you try to put fire on it, what will happen? It doesn't burn so easily and it lets out smoke that will burn your eyes. It causes irritation. So it's very important to understand that we all have to, what is practical as sadhakas, maximize time with Krishna and gradually identify and minimize our engagement with Maya, because that is where we are losing all our power, our speech, our influence. The power is being lost because of our engaging with Maya. There are some persons, you have seen Srila Prabhupada, we look at his videos, we look at Srila Prabhupada's disciples, illustrious disciples. The moment they come, everybody stands up with respect. You've seen that the aura they command, the aura they have and the respect they command, why it is there? That power and influence is because of their engagement with Krishna and no engagement with Maya. Even Prabhupada said this. Once Prabhupada told his disciples, you know why these all people are standing up and respecting me? Is this Prabhupada? We don't know. That is because I am free from lust. Free from lust means what? Free from lust means not engaging with Maya. Even His Holiness Tamal Krishna Maharaj, once he was asked this question, that Maharaj, do you have lust? He said, I have no time for lust. This is the state of great souls. They don't have time for Maya. Maya keeps demanding time, right? Knock, knock. Come, join me. The pure devotee says, I don't have time for you. This is the dialogue. I don't have time for you. Krishna, I have all time for you. So where we put our time, where we put our energy, that way you become spiritually very vibrant and powerful. So it's a very, very deep secret revealed. Okay, next, who would like to read? Her Grace Meenakshi Krishna Prabhu. You can get ready.
Hare Krishna
From the
Prabhu.
yes.
From the personal example of Sri Narada Muni in his previous birth, it is clear that the service of the Lord begins with the service of the Lord's bona fide servants. The Lord says that the service of his servants is greater than his personal service. Service of the devotee is more valuable than the service of the Lord. One should therefore choose a bona fide servant of the Lord constantly engaged in his service. Accept such a servant as a spiritual master and engage himself in his the spiritual master service. Such a spiritual master is the transparent medium by which we to visualize the Lord, who is beyond the consumption of the material senses. By service of the bona fide spiritual master, the Lord consents to reveal himself in proportion to the service rendered.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
So what is mentioned here? Thank you. It is mentioned how to engage one's energy is mentioned. First of all, energy should be completely used in Krishna, no Maya. But how Krishna? Can we directly engage in service of Krishna? No, we cannot. We should always engage in the service of Krishna's dear servants. That's our philosophy. Aham hare tava pade kamula dasanu daso bhavitam svibhuyah manasmare tamstu patir gunamste grinitava karma karotu kaya. This is Vritrasur prayer. This is the prayer of Vritrasur, and here Prabhupada writes the first line in the purport. He writes, this verse is the sum and substance of our Krishna consciousness. Dasanu das bhav. Serving those who are serving Krishna. This is the way to become spiritually very, very strong. How we become spiritually strong? Because Krishna starts revealing. So find a spiritual master and serve spiritual master. Now one may ask a question, Prabhuji, but we get spiritual master, but we don't get service to spiritual master. What to do? There's a good news. The good news is everything that is there within the movement of Krishna consciousness is actually service to spiritual master. Because spiritual master is serving Srila Prabhupada. Good news, no? Spiritual master wants Prabhupada's mission to grow because he is a servant of Prabhupada. And thus everything within the purview of Krishna consciousness movement is a service to spiritual master. And if we do our service in this consciousness, that I am right now doing my service to my spiritual master, Yes, this is spiritual master service that I am doing by giving this Srimad Bhagavatam discourse. So if this is the consciousness while we are doing our service, then we will make maximum advancement, and Krishna will reveal all the truth from the heart as Chaitya Guru, as Paramatma. He reveals everything to us. He has to. Because ye yatamam prapadyante tam stataiva bhajamyaham. So he reveals himself in proportion to the service rendered. Service is not about volume. Service is about quality. And that quality comes from the right consciousness. You may hear Srimad Bhagavatam. I heard Bhagavatam yesterday for 3 hours. Good. Very nice. Your time was utilized. You are protected from Maya. But with the right consciousness, with the right prayer, with the right intention, even for 3 minutes you heard 3 points. That will sink in very deep in your heart. So right consciousness creates that quality in bhakti. Of course, some people argue then, Prabhuji, I will chant 1 round. And 1 round I will chant with my best consciousness. Well, that 1 round you will be able to chant. Rather, 1 round, our goal is to chant 1 name. Eka Krishna Namaloya Sarva Papakshay. But to get that 1 name, we have to keep practicing every day. We follow the instructions of the spiritual master and to get that 1 name, you have to keep trying. We are trying for that 1 name. The reason to chant, constantly chant, is to get that 1 name right. So it takes multiple attempts to get that 1 name. Just like in India, there is a lot of people have a lot of dreams and ambitions regarding these UPSC exams. There's a lot of craze. They release movies like 12th fail. One fellow was 12th fail, he became topper, he became IPS officer. So a lot of craze for people. They want to become collector, they want to become IPS. Yes. So normally that's what I say. IAS is ISKCON Administrative Services. IPS is ISKCON Preaching Services. So these are available to all of us also. So people have so much of craze for all these IPS, IAS, collector, all these things. But we need to understand this very clearly, that all these people putting this energy in this direction is something, yeah, so that energy is there. And there also they need a lot of focus to get all these things. But it's very important that the same energy we focus here. It's all about focus, where you want to focus. So Narad Muni focused his energy. And to that proportion, Lord will reveal. He has to reveal. Yes, he has made a contract. You serve spiritual master, I'll reveal from within the heart as Chaitya Guru. Sachidanand Prabhu, you can read. Yes, utilization.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Utilization of the human energy in the service of Lord is the progressive path of salvation. The whole cosmic creation becomes at once identical with the Lord as soon as service in relation with the Lord is rendered under the guidance of bona fide spiritual master. The expert spiritual master knows the art of utilizing everything to glorify the Lord, and therefore, under his guidance, the whole world can be turned into the spiritual abode by the divine grace of the Lord's servant. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So that is the definition of a guru. Guru knows the art of Yukta Vairagya. There are 2 Vairagyas. There is Falgu Vairagya, there is Yukta Vairagya. Prapanchiki Kataya Buddhya Harisambandha Vastunah Mumukshibir Parityago Vairagya Falgu Kataya. The Falgu Vairagya, the false renunciation, is to consider that, oh, what is this? This is made of 5 elements. Prapanchi Kataya Buddhya. Although Harisambandha Vastuna, actually everything has a relationship with Krishna. But one is not able to see that relationship with Krishna. and seeing it as mundane matter. Mumukshivi, parityago, he gives up. This is Maya. Vairagya phalgu katyate. Some Mayavadis consider Charnamrit to be ordinary water. This is offense. This is offense. This is why Mayavad. They consider deity to be stone, considering to be nothing but ultimately 5 elements. No, the spiritual Lord giving darshan to all of us. So we have this consciousness that Krishna is a person. Then he will behave like a person. You think he's a stone? Yes, he will behave like a stone. So it's all up to how we consider the Lord, what conception or what consciousness we have while serving the Lord. In that consciousness, he'll reciprocate. Right? On the other hand, anasaktasya vishayan yathartam upayunjatah nirbandha Krishna sambandhe yuktam vairagya uchyate. The moment you see anasaktasya vishayan, you are not attached to the vishay vastu or the objects of sense gratification, or you are not attached to enjoyment mentality. Yathartam upayunjatah, you know how to use it properly. Right? Where it has to be used, because nirbandha Krishna sambandhe, this has a connection to Krishna, it has to be used in Krishna's service. Such a way, yuktam vairagya uchyate. So this art of yukta vairagya, the art of using everything in Krishna's service, the expert at this is spiritual master. And that's why the spiritual master knows, oh, this particular disciple, he has this talent, okay, engage it in Krishna's service like this. And the moment disciple gets that instruction from Guru, well, he gets that empowerment and he does it. That instruction gives such solid empowerment, they can move mountains. And Guru says, okay, you have this particular resource, use it in Krishna's service. This land, use it in Krishna's service. That instruction makes, it's said that responsibility converts sand into gold. So the moment Guru gives an instruction, the disciple feels, Guru means heavy. He feels that heaviness of responsibility. Oh, I have to do it. And then that disciple is empowered to a great degree. Great degree of empowerment happens. Because Krishna is empowered. Now Krishna wants his pure devotee's desire to be fulfilled. Oh, it is my pure devotee's desire. So, yes, I'll fulfill it. It happens. That's the beauty of Krishna consciousness. We'll go to the next sloka. Te mayyapeta kila chapalerбhake dante dhrita kridanakenu chakru kripam yatyapi tulya darshana shushrushamane munayolpa bhashini. So this particular sloka talks about the 4 amazing qualities that Narada has as a boy he had in his previous life. And these qualities, if one has, then one will be able to serve his spiritual master properly. So these qualities are, of course, one doesn't have these qualities, we should cultivate, we should practice these qualities, but continue serving. Yes, Raksha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, done now. Although they were impartial by nature, those followers of the Vedanta blessed me with their causeless mercy. As far as I was concerned, I was self-controlled and had no attachment for sports, even though I was a boy. In addition, I was not naughty and I did not speak more than required.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, thank you.
Thank you. So this is a very, very important 4 qualities I mentioned here. The sages, their quality is Chakru Kripam Yadyapi Tulya Darshina. They were Tulya Darshina. Tulya means to, Atulya is incomparable. Tulya means as such comparing. That's called Tol we have now in the Tulya. So they don't distinguish between anyone. So they have equal vision. Tulya Darshina. They treat everyone equally. They measure everyone equally. Chakru Kripam, and as a result they gave mercy. And as far as he was concerned, Narad Muni was concerned, the first quality, Temai apeta kila chapale arbake. Although I was a small child, arbake. Yes. Akila chapale. I had all these wonderful proclivities. What are they? Dante. Dante means controlled senses. I was having perfect sense control. I knew how much to talk, I knew how much to eat, I knew how much to think, all these things. Thought, words and deeds. How much to do, in what proportion, that control I had. I had control over my body, speech and thoughts. Adhrita Kridanake. Adhrita Kridanake means I was not frivolous. Now here's playing sports is wrong. No. Playing frivolous sports is wrong. What are frivolous sports? Gaming. Mobile gaming. Video games. Insta will also come under frivolous. So frivolous activities. Frivolous means those activities which take us faster to Maya. They are called frivolous activities. Frivolous speech. What is frivolous speech? That speech which is nowhere related to Krishna consciousness. Rather it is tending towards sinful activities. That is called frivolous speech. So he was not attached to any kind of frivolous behavior. So frivolous behavior is the danger for a devotee, because usually such kind of casual nature leads to casualty in Krishna consciousness. The next quality, Anuvartini, he was obedient. Whatever is told by Guru, he will do. And Alpabhashini, yes, he will not keep talking. Although he was a child, he doesn't keep talking again and again, chabar chabar talking. He knows where to spend his energy of talking. So I'm just seeing the commentary. Tulya Darshana, there's a wonderful quality mentioned by Acharyas. They're saying Tulya Darshana means although somebody is sinful, they will always see the good in that person. That is Tulya Darshana. That really makes a person saint. How to make a person saintly? A saintly person is that person who tries to see good quality. Yesterday it just happened with me. I'm just sharing with all of you. We have locked the doors of the temple. Reason being is the temple can get intruded by certain homeless people, right? So you have to keep it locked always. So each time somebody is coming, they have to ring the bell, and myself or the Pujari Prabhu, one of us have to open. So yesterday was the evening time, the Aarti time. So Prabhu was setting up the plate. So the first visitor had come. So I had gone to open the door. I opened the door. There is a person who came and he started opening his shoes, right? Opening his shoes right in the entrance. So I just directed him, can you please open it inside? This is the place for shoe stand. And he told me, hey, रहने दो, मैं जा रहा हूँ अभी थोड़ा देर में. So he opened and went. He didn't listen. Of course, I didn't want to anyway engage with this person, saying that you have to keep the shoes there, otherwise you will not allow entry. I didn't say anything. Okay, no problem. Let him get good experience. In such a cold, in such a snow, he has come all the way to meet the Lord. When winter, the population of the evening aartis go very less. In the summer time, we have at least 30-40 people. In winter time, it's 3-4 people. So he has at least come this time for the evening aarti, and he's come to see the Lord. It's all right. Anyway, hardly people come. It's okay. Let him go. So then later I was thinking, how can I find good? Okay, this is one good, but it's not good enough. I want to find a little more good in this person. Otherwise, I will not be able to forgive him for putting the shoes there and outrightly disobeying. Despite being told, go and open chapel there. No, he's opening there. So I want to see some good. So I just observed him. He went, he offered pranams to Prabhupada, he offered pranam. Pranam is like this, they don't offer Danvat. And then he took out his pocket and several $20 bills he took out and he put in the hundi. I said, very nice. So I am able to say, I saw some good in this person. Right? Okay, no worries. Very good. So now you're keeping chapel there is justified. I'll go do my work. Yeah, so the point is, it was a reflection that went in my mind that whenever somebody does something which is inappropriate according to us, we also should try to, the way to counteract that particular thing, because I want to behave like a saint. I want to be a sage. This is a strong determination. So I have to see good in others. So if despite the fault, ignoring the fault, not ignoring, keeping it aside, also see the good. We should have a whole picture about this person. Right? There is one person who in our programs, that person only comes in the end for prasadam. Always. So the reason that person comes is he doesn't have to cook at home. Comes and eats conveniently. So I wanted to see good in this person. So at least this person volunteers to wind up things. Okay, he didn't come for the class, he didn't come for kirtan, he came exactly during prasad time, but he's at least doing the wind up service. Okay, see some good in that person and tell Krishna to give mercy. So this is the quality of Tulya Darshana which as devotees we should all have. And as devotees we should also have these 4 qualities of Narada. The Acharyas mentioned that the great Rajarishis like Bharat Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, in order to be a leader you have to be Tulya Darshana. If you are a king or a leader, you have to be Tulya Darshana. Otherwise, having this quality of equality. Otherwise, we can't serve people. We'll have partiality. So, the mercy of the sages did not depend on Narada's good qualities. No. In fact, the Acharyas mentioned by their mercy, they were the ones who blessed him, and by their mercy, he developed these good qualities. So, initially, what happens? We show good qualities. We don't have good qualities, but we practice it, we show it. A guru comes, we stand up, we respect. We are not having respect. We don't have humility, but we make a show of humility in front of great souls, which is right at etiquette. We should practice till the time we get all these qualities. Trinada Bishunichena, Tarorapi Sahishnana, Amani Namanedena. We should try hard to practice it. It's difficult, but we should try. Try hard to practice. So Narada first tried to do, but later on, after getting blessings, these qualities became natural to him. Acharyas explained that. Yes. So then what happened? After getting those qualities, then he got more mercy. Got it? So the point here is Tulya Darshana. They did not give him mercy because of the qualities. They gave him mercy because they were equal in vision. And by getting their mercy, he got those qualities naturally. And with those qualities, he continued service, by which he got more mercy. I hope this is clear. Right? There are 2 kinds of mercies. Yes, when it's a Chakru Kripam, we talk about Kripa. There are 2 kinds of mercies. The first mercy is called as Sakapat Kripa. The second Kripa is called as Nishkapat Kripa. So Sakapat Kripa means that the Kripa is coming because of certain qualities. You're getting Kripa for a reason. Kapat here doesn't mean that duplicity. Here Kapat means you're getting some kind of mercy for some reason. Like for example, Duryodhan also got Kripa of Balramji. But what is that? That is Sakapat Kripa. He got material education because he exhibited some material qualities. Ravan got Kripa of Shiva, but that is Sakapat Kripa. But Prachetas getting Kripa of Shiva is not Sakapat Kripa, it's Nishkapat Kripa. They got Bhakti. Right? They got Bhakti. So, by qualities we definitely attract some mercy. But great souls are the one, despite qualities, they award mercy. Beyond material world. So Shukdev Goswami gives a brilliant example in the 10th canto. He says, Girayo mumuchu soyam kwachinnam mumuchu shivam yatha jnanamritam kale jnanino dadate nava. So it says, in a particular season, Girayo mumucha stoyam. In some seasons, the mountains release water. That's called waterfalls. They are pure water, actually. And kwachinna mumuchu shivam. Sometimes they do not. Yes, yatha jnanamritam kale jnanino dadate nava. And sometimes the real knowledgeable person, not jnanis, the transcendental science, who are intelligent in transcendental science, bhaktas, they sometimes give the knowledge, transcendental knowledge, and sometimes they do not. So sometimes they give knowledge, sometimes they do not. So they know when to give. So that depends on what? The seasons. What is the season? The quality. They understand this candidate is qualified. So great souls are like mountains. So Shukadeva Goswami gives this a perfect analogy. Right? So the Sakkapat Kripa, who got? Ravan got from Shiva. A greatest example. But Prachetas, Nishkapat Kripa. They got bhakti. So Shiva did not feel like giving transcendental knowledge to Ravana. Shiva is great. Vaishnavana Mata Shambho, but he did not deliver Ravan. Because that person did not have the right season, not the right consciousness. So when that particular mercy is coming, the influence of three modes, the three modes make the heart very hard, especially Rajogun and Tamagun. But bhakti is something that makes the heart very soft and melt. Shuddha Sattva Visheshatma Prema Suryamshu Samya Bhak Ruchibis Chitta Marshanya Krid Asau Bhava Uchyate. This is actually Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, which we will study on Monday, Tuesday, coming Monday, Tuesday. CC will start next Wednesday. So this is Bhava Bhakti's first. What is Bhava? That is mentioned. Bhava is something that softens the heart. That means the influence of three gunas is finished. Yes, like that, soften with heart. So we need to understand one more thing. One last thing before we are not discussing purport today, we'll discuss purport tomorrow. I wanted to give a prelude because what is going to start from this section, dear devotees, is we are going to start learning the stages of bhakti. Just like in the first canto Bhagavatam, second chapter, when we discussed the stages of bhakti. Now here in this shloka, 4 stages of bhakti are discussed. The first stage is called as kripa, mercy of devotees. The second stage is mentioned as, now this will be different from Madhurya Kadambini 9 stages of bhakti. Now they are different. So the first stage is mercy of devotees, because the devotees are by nature merciful. They give Nishkapat Kripa. If you are good candidate, you get Nishkapat Kripa. We are not good candidate, we get Sakapat Kripa. And what is that good or bad candidate? We have to be little respectful. We have to be little ready. The second is Shushrushane, service to devotees. You get mercy of devotees. What is that mercy? Mercy is they allow you to serve. They accept your service. That's a mercy. The third thing is called as Shraddha. The third stage, Shraddha. And because of the Shraddha, what happens? Because of the Shraddha, the person does fourth, which is Sadhu Sangha. And the meaning of Sadhu Sangha here is taking shelter of Guru. That is called Sadhu Sangha. So these 4 stages are mentioned. Okay, we'll pause here now. There is hardly any time for questions. But if there is any question, they can ask. Anyone? Okay. Raksha Mataji and then Bhakti Sundari Mataji.
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhu. First, I ask forgiveness for this question. So it's in the last verse purport. It says that the illusion of Maya is at once dissipated as soon as one's full energy is converted in the service of the Lord instead of sense enjoyment. So in the present world, many times we see that there are the people who are fully engaged in the devotional service, but they still fall down, and we heard bad things about them, even the people consider them as a great soul, they surrender to them. So how we can understand it, even though they are involved in the devotional service, why it's happened with them?
So your question is, somebody is involved in devotional service but falls down and still they are considered great souls.
Yes, like when he is engaged in the devotional service, people consider them as a great yogi and a great devotees, and they accepted them as a guru. And then after sometimes they fall down from. We heard bad things about them. So why this happens with them and how we can understand it here?
Yeah. So we have to understand, Krishna has mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita 9th chapter 30th verse, Apichet Sudurachara. He is not saying Durachar. Sudurachara, very abominable activities. Apichet, even if he does. Bhajate mam ananya bhak. If that person returns and is now properly reinstated in bhakti, Sadhur eva samantavya. We accept that person as a devotee because Krishna accepts that person. Samyak, completely. Not just, oh, he is a partial devotee, time pass devotee, part time devotee. No. Samyak vyavasito hi saha. So if we are not doing this, we are not following Krishna's instruction. Suppose somebody has been a very great preacher, is that person has been in very good standing, suppose even standing of guru, president, whatever, some post, but somebody committed abominable activities, the first thing that happens is they are removed from that post for committing abominable activities, not for any other cause. But that it's not that now all devotees should become enemy with him and kick him out. No. Remove from post, but treat the person, because this ultimately our movement is a hospital. But that person is not allowed to again occupy the post for some time. There's a time period where that person has to heal. The healing has to happen. The treatment has to happen. And after the healing and treatment, if that person is showing that much of capabilities, one might continue service in some capacity or other, because somebody was doing that. Do you get the principle, Raksha Mataji? Because this is why it happens, because this world of Maya. A slight little bit, even a little inattentiveness, you can be knocked off. Maya is powerful. So you
Yes,
have to be alert. And
yes,
the
Prabhu.
more one grows higher and higher, the test becomes harder and harder. Somebody, we are students failing in first standard exam. Class 1 exam we are failing. They might have slipped, probably in the PhD or postdoc level. Things get tougher as we go higher. That we will understand only when we go there, if we go there. The higher we go, we understand the difficulty in the test that comes. Because Maya, this is how Maya does. Maya, the moment you become leader or some kind of senior devotee, you become in the hit list of Maya. Because Maya knows if I knock this person under, the whole belt will be gone. I can kick off the whole army. Knock the leader, everybody goes off. So you come under hit list of Maya, means Maya is doing overtime for you. So the test is difficult. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Very good
Yes.
answer. I got my answer. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Bhakti Sundari Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dhanavad Pranam. Prabhuji, I have a quick question regarding these 4 stages of bhakti. These are in which aspect, Prabhuji? Which context? Because as we
This
know
one
that.
shloka, in this one shloka that we studied, 1.5.23, the 4 stages Narada has progressed. He is going to progress very fast.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Narada
this
progress
is how a
wonderful.
devotee, this is how typically a devotee will progress in bhakti. And that progress in bhakti is demonstrated through Narada's example. So this one shloka has these 4 stages. Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you
Thank you.
so much, Prabhuji, for clearing.
Thank you. I'll just quickly answer the other 2 questions. May I request you to repeat the 4 qualities of Narad Muni? Please note down. Dante, sense control. Adrita Krinanake, not attached to frivolous sports. Anuvartini, obedience. And Alpabhashini, not talking too much. Okay? Yes. And the quality of the great souls is Tulya Darshana. They did not discriminate between personalities. Alright, thank you. Shyam Sundar Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhuji also had confusion about relating living entities as marginal energy. If you could elaborate about it, that would be great. Okay. Jiva is Tatastha Shakti, Jiva Tattva. What is the meaning of Tatastha Shakti or marginal energy? The reason of marginal energy is living entity has to be under some energy of Krishna. It cannot be independent of Krishna's energy. That's the nature of Jiva. And the Jivatma is neither the Maya Shakti, ex-Bahiranga Shakti, nor the intrinsic energy, Antaranga Shakti. But it takes shelter of one of these Shaktis. Those Jivas who have taken shelter of the Antaranga Shakti, they are in the spiritual world. Those Jivas who have taken shelter of the Bahiranga Shakti, they are in material world. But shelter you must take. Jiva is Tatastha. You need to be under one of these energies. You cannot be independent of Krishna's energies. Okay. That is why he is called as Tatastha Shakti, marginal energy. That's how Jiva is made. He has to be under Yogmaya or Mahamaya. No other option. There is no third option. Okay. Alright.